the case of Paul Lee was so tragic. It involved a 19-year-old young man who was nonverbal and autistic. He had a great family, mom, dad, loving sister. They were all from Korea. And Paul Lee was a student at a special ed school in Whittier, and on this one fateful day, his mom took him out to the bus like she always did, loaded him on the bus, and the bus was supposed to take him to school. On this particular morning, the bus driver failed to offload Paul at the school like he was supposed to, because Paul was the type of student who would remain seated in his seat unless he was prompted to get up and someone had to actually unbuckle his seatbelt and deboard him from the bus.
What ended up happening is the bus driver pulls up to the school, opens the doors, and 2 kids got off. Paul stayed on. And then the bus driver got a text message from his mistress saying, "Come on over." And the bus driver got excited, closed the doors, drove to the bus parking lot, and then turned off the bus and left.
The end of the day comes, Paul never comes home from school. The mom calls the school, Paul wasn't on the bus. Where is he? I put him on the bus. The bus didn't take him home. Where is he? Everybody starts scrambling. No one can find where he is. Finally, someone at the bus depot finds the bus that Paul was loaded onto earlier that day. It's still sitting there in like 100-degree, and they unlock the bus and they find Paul face down in the middle of the bus, dead. And so Rahul and I and the family would go up to Sacramento, and we helped champion this bill into law that would be named in Paul Lee's honor and in his memory to hopefully prevent this type of thing from happening ever again. And that's exactly what happened. It was a Senate bill that turned into the Paul Lee bus safety law, and it's a new law in California that now requires every bus to have an alarm at the back of the bus that the bus driver must manually turn off before he can exit or she can exit the bus.
It's important to get these to pursue non-monetary relief wherever possible. We're advocates for safety, and we're advocates for making this world a better place. And while we want to get justice for our clients, and we do get justice for our clients, we have an opportunity to get justice outside of that through making things safer. And if we don't police these corporations, public entities, and everybody else and push for these safety measures, the same thing's gonna happen over and over again.
The money comes and goes, but when you can create long-lasting policy, long-lasting laws arising out of a truly set of tragic circumstances, I mean, that's real change. That's real power and strength by your side.